Welcome, Sassans. A little bit late. Get out of here. All right. Welcome, Sassans, to this week's Ramble vlog, where I will talk about random things on and on. I don't anticipate this one's going to be very long. Don't have much to get through, but you know how that typically goes. One stray word into my mind can send me off into an adventure of rambling nonsense. Anyway, so let's get right into it. Well, hello there, hair. Okay, so this week's updates are the Final Fantasy, it's about to say Kingdom Hearts, the Final Fantasy Rantview is now out, and I was definitely worried that it was not going to be received very well. I thought that I was going to get a lot of hate mail, but I actually haven't gotten any. Pretty much, you just wobbled there a little bit, Sassans. Yeah, I was worried that I was going to get a lot of hate mail. It was like too rambly, too this, too that, but it was actually a lot of supportive comments, a lot of additional comments, sort of combining strength against our, maybe hatred is a little too strong, but our disappointment in how 15 turned out. So that's out. Go ahead and watch it if you haven't given it a shot. If you're interested in those sorts of things, you will not go away. And the second thing is, starting Friday of this week, I will be working for GDC. GDC doesn't start until, I think, Wednesday of the next week, but we have a mini event for press that we're doing leading up to GDC that I'm setting up for, training, running, and then same thing for GDC, so I'm probably going to be out of commission. I'm going to try. I'm going to be out of commission for that whole week, and then the week immediately after I'm going to PAX East. So again, it's another sort of double, not double trouble, double, what is the word? Help me out here. Come on. Double assault, double whatever. You know what I'm talking about. So it'll probably be around 2, maybe 2.5 weeks that I am, you may not see much from me, but I will still try. I mean, these are gaming conventions. I don't know how much I can do while working for Oculus, but I might be able to sneak around and make a vlog or two while on the show floors of these conventions. If there's anything that you guys want me to look out for, any people, any content you want to see specifically, let me know, and I'll try and, smoke bomb, break away from our VR section for a little while to go check it out. And that goes for both GDC and PAX East. Though, when I said I was going to PAX South, nobody seemed to be really interested. PAX South is the smallest of the PAXs. There weren't a lot of people in attendance there, but again, that's where I got those amazing dice, and I hope that Australian company shows up again at PAX East. Okay, so that's it for updates. Now I'll get into the questions that I received last week. I have a lot of amazing friends in return, Sassans. Otaku Strength 5. Otaku Strength 5. Sorry, I'm not mocking your name. Anyway, ask me what got me into fitness. Verbatim, it is what got you into fitness. I know that matters a lot. So for me, and this is sort of what the culmination of my life's journey and experiences has led up to, which is SASA. Team SASA, a collection of individuals who understand what they're passionate about, and they fight with everything they have to spread that passion to other people. For me, what got me into fitness is honestly anime and video games. Extreme characters that can do these amazing things, like Rock Lee is a very great example. Rock Lee, Vash the Stampede, Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. All of these characters growing up, watching them do these amazing things, these amazing personalities with determination and stick-to-itiveness, and just sheer force of will. They instill, and Master Chief and Link and all these other characters who would just do whatever it takes to win. All these highly skilled individuals. I was a very impressionable. I don't even go to say that I still am very impressionable. As a young lad, I would always, and I think I might have mentioned this in another Rantview before, or a Ramble vlog before, is that I would, go outside and train in the woods to be a ninja. I would train in my basement downstairs. And it was really about utilizing the passion and inspiration that these games and these animes and these movies provided me. And that's what Sasa is. It's subconscious acknowledgement of something amazing. And I would get Sasa in these amazing scenes. For me, it manifests itself as a tingly sensation on your shoulder blades and spine, where you're just like, oh, this is the greatest thing I'm experiencing. And you really have no choice over the matter. Your body is telling you that you're passionate about this thing. And I would get that a lot. And every time I would get it, it would just sort of reinvigorate my drive to better myself, learn something new, become more physically capable. For me, as inspiring as intellect can be in animes and video games, the really smart guy who can out smart his enemies still drew me, but didn't draw me as much as the sort of physical hero, the one who would go in and just through sheer physical prowess and force of will would outgun his enemies. So that is my answer. Anime and video games is what got me into fitness, and just on a larger scale, just bettering myself physically and mentally as well. Thank you for the question. That was a wonderful question. You guys, what inspires you guys to do what you do, to better yourself in the aspect that means the most in your life? Let me know. I think that what gives other people Sasa is really interesting to me as well. Okay, on to the next question. Aaron Percy, oh my god, it wasn't Otaku Strength 5. I copied all of these comments from YouTube, bottom to top, and I should have kept reading. It was Otaku Strength 5 days ago. There's just no space. So Aaron Percy 5 days ago asks sort of like, what kind of science fiction do I think the world would be going to? What do I think is realistic? And examples that he uses are Deus Ex or Ghost in the Shell level of robotics and prosthetics. And he asks if I have seen Westworld. I'll tackle all of these things. This actually is going to be a pretty lengthy one. I hope that let me check if I'm recording again. Oh, thank God. Come back here, exercise ball. Okay, so I've always thought, before you brought up Ghost in the Shell, and Deus Ex is very similar, I think that Ghost in the Shell is the most accurate depiction and representation of where we will be in the future. I think that all of the full body prosthetics, the cyber brain, I forget what they call it. I think it is cyber brain in Ghost in the Shell. The being able to drive while literally diving through the internet to get information, and just sort of like physically surf the webways of the internet and data itself. That's how we're going to go, in my personal opinion, especially sort of working in the virtual reality industry, and paying attention to how where prosthetics are heading. So Ghost in the Shell, watch the first movie if you've never seen Ghost in the Shell. It is amazing. One of it's a very classic, still holds up animated film. Beautiful. Brilliant. And then Westworld, I like Westworld, I really do, but I'm not super drawn to it. I think I could have not actually seen it, because there are no, aside from the hosts, there are no characters that are good people. It's my same thing with Gears of War, Game of Thrones, in that there's no positive thing that I get from that show. I did watch it because I'm a huge fan of science fiction, so it was really interesting to see everything and how they sort of create the story and how these hosts interact with the guests and everything like that. But from a science fiction perspective and understanding, come on, those hosts got away with so many things. In it was just like, creative freedom in that, like, hey, we made this, so if we don't explain how this host did this thing without being seen or without being tracked or anything like that, then you just assume that somebody fucked up in the actual world, or there is a reason, we're just not going to tell it to you yet. So sorry, super ramble, but I do enjoy the show. It is not it's not a trigun for me. It's not something that, if I miss the next season, I won't be super upset. I'm sorry. I apologize if that's not what you want to hear, but it is the truth for me. And Soul of Bass, welcome back. Well, welcome back, all of you. The system's overall simplified. Hold on. Oh, yes, I'm happy that you're enjoying The Witcher. This is less of an overall question for me to give an expansive answer on. But he wants to challenge me to a game of Joust. And I will accept your challenge. But I'll be honest, I've never played it before. My first interaction with Joust, or hearing of Joust, was reading Ready Player One, the virtual, like the book that made virtual reality popular. And, well, to the masses popular. I've never played it, but we did just get a machine, an arcade machine in our office that has Joust on it. So I'll practice up, and boy, I'm gonna come beat your ass, man. Shit, I'm just kidding. Probably now. I'll probably get destroyed. But, and can you add me on Steam? Yeah, I'll put my Steam information in the, I was about to say doobly-doo. That is definitely taken from one of my favorite DMs to watch on YouTube. But, okay, so that was a pretty long episode. I have to go now, unfortunately. As always, thank you for watching. Until fate next brings us together, and never stop playing video games. Seriously, guys, thank you. And I will see you next week.